Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. This reading is specifically designed for people who are going through some kind of hardship or you are healing from trauma and you need some kind of extra hug on your journey. Then this reading is intended for that. And what I really love about this reading is that it brings so much love and so much attention to allowing ourselves to feel and embrace our feelings. So basically, we have the card that is called basic, which is basically feeling. This is the card of feeling, allowing yourself to feel and experience yourself. It's a card of experiencing. Then we have the card of new love, and then we have Knight of Cups, which is also love. So it's like love is pouring into this reading. It's almost like divine love with these angels and with these cups. It's almost like divine love pouring into your experience or into what you are trying to heal in your life on your own personal journey. Usually, when we experience in life some kind of hardship or exposure to lots of stress, lots of pain, then there is this emotional shutdown. There can also be indeed physiological shutdown. It can also be connected with inflammation in your nervous system and in your body. And it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to address these things. It takes a lot of courage to really create a supportive system of, for example, therapy and friends, family, or if basically that wound or that toxicity is coming from family, then you need to create a different supportive system. It takes a lot of courage to go through healing, and this reading is basically saying you are not alone. You are not alone in that healing. There is love, there is God, there is support coming your way. So in my own life, usually when I really do not know what to do, I just pray about it. And I love praying, for example, to Mother Mary. I mentioned it in some of previous videos. Or I just say, thank you, God, for resolving this for me. And I just keep on going as best as I can. And indeed, it does not mean that everything is resolved right away, but at least like maintaining that relationship, maintaining that connection with what is supportive. There is almost like this tree is hugging this woman, and that is something that is also very important when we go through healing, coming back to be embraced by nature, because nature is our healer. Nature is basically everything for us. It resets our nervous system, it provides peace, it provides fresh energy, it provides food, it provides everything. So there is this invitation for coming back to be hugged by nature as a way of healing, as a way of connecting. If you are going through a period of your life when maybe it's hard to reach out to people, sometimes when we go through these deep healing layers, sometimes, and there is like a lot of pain or a lot of processing in that, sometimes it's hard to reach out. Yeah, because it's like constantly feeling stuck maybe in that story. Maybe there is just needed this time alone in that we feel embraced, and nature is basically that support, that support system, being hugged by a tree. Then we have the card of new love. What I love about this card is that these two angels are naked, and basically the symbol of nakedness in cards, the way I perceive it, is basically about vulnerability. When something is naked, it is what it is. Yeah, there are no these layers of pretending that it is something that it's not. So learning to love yourself in a very open and vulnerable way. And it is also about allowing others that are in your life to be vulnerable and open. And indeed, not everybody is ready for that. Yeah, we need some protective layers till we have capacity to embrace all different things. But this is basically talking about if you can embrace yourself, if you can embrace yourself in that healing, if you can create support system in that healing, and you can invite that divine love at the same time, it takes a lot of courage, it takes also a lot of vulnerability, but it is also shifting you into a space in that you will be able to invite people into your life who are similarly vulnerable, that they are willing to be open, they are willing to play fair games, so to speak. And it is also about learning, because usually with trauma or with some kind of healing, there may be this sense of abandonment or sense of like not fitting in. So this is also like allowing yourself to come out a little bit and receive love into your life. Because there is love, maybe sometimes we can't see it, especially these days in the world. When we look around, we may feel like, oh my God, there is not much love going on there. There's just all these things that are overwhelming and painful. So looking for those spaces and places and connections that are bringing that open, peaceful love into our lives is very important. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is basically another energy, something coming to you offering love, something being delivered, offering this beautiful cup, somebody, someone, something bringing love into your life. So I feel like there is a lot of healing available in this reading. There's a lot of pink energy, which is basically the heart. There's a lot of nature. There is a lot of like water energy also, like feeling, experiencing. So it is an invitation. How can I bring this into my life? How can I bring that love into my life? Maybe how can I start trusting again and open up a little bit more, just somewhere, not everywhere. It is not a good idea to open up everywhere, but so that you can benefit from that on some levels. And I will just pull out one more card. And this is beautiful. There is Four of Wands, and Four of Wands is a symbol of marriage. It is a symbol of celebration, of joy, of love. It is number 4, which is like very stable. Both sides are equal. So there is also like this sacred marriage symbolism, symbol of a sacred marriage, which basically means that indeed it can be outside, like finding someone that we love and creating new home, opening up for marriage. But when we take it inward, it is basically that balance between yin and yang in our own life, in our own body. It is about that balance, looking for balance in our lives, when it is time to be quiet and when it's time to speak, when it's time to connect with others and when it's time to nourish ourselves. It is basically that sacred marriage within us is allowing to live like this very balanced life. And for some of you, indeed, the storyline can really be about, because like there is so much love. It almost feels like love is coming into your life, and it can be a partner, it can be a friend, it can be even like a new home. There is so much love literally being poured all over these cards. So I hope that somehow this brings you comfort and maybe new perspectives, or invitation back to that love, an invitation back to that balance and stability and to that sacred marriage. There's like one more thing that is naturally coming out, and that's in many cultures, especially in like the modern societies, Western societies, our experiencing and how we feel and how we connect with life and with nature and with creativity, many times it has been somehow like twisted by that to-do lists and achievements and goals, and I have to be a specific certain way, like a lot of unhealthy structure or a lot of like unhealthy patterns around around those like feelings and creativity. And this is basically talking also on a collective level about that healing, about healing of that masculine and feminine forces that are creating life and bringing them more to balance. So thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be indeed looking forward to connect with you soon with another one.